Good morning สวัสดีครับท่านผู้ชมที่รักทุกท่านครับขออนุญาตกลับกล้องก่อนนะฮะว่าไม่สามารถกลับกล้องได้ที่จะมาได้สวัสดีครับท่านผู้ชมที่รักทุกท่านครับพยายามที่จะปรับปรุงวิธีการนำเสนอแต่ว่าไม่แน่ใจว่าที่นำเสนอนี้มันจะใช้ได้หรือเปล่าเดี๋ยวจะขออนุญาตไปดูภาพข้างนอกให้หน่อยสิว่ามันตรงคนไหมพอได้ไหมขออนุญาตท่านผู้ชมแป๊บหนึ่งนะครับในการนำเสนอวันนี้ผ่าน YouTube เป็นสตรีมนะครับลองไปดูข้างนอกให้หน่อยว่าอย่าใช้มันได้ตัวคนไหมได้หน้าตาไหม ขออนุญาตท่านแป๊บหนึ่งเห็นไหมได้ไหมครับเขาบอกว่าได้อยู่เพราะนั้นก็ต้อง ขอไปดูที่ภาพสักครู่หนึ่งก่อนนะฮะว่าผลประกอบการออกมาเป็นอย่างไรก็จะขออนุญาตปรับเปลี่ยนวิธีการนำเสนอจากไลฟ์สด มาเป็นแต่ว่าทางของทางของ Facebook เนี่ยจะขึ้นมาเป็นภาพธรรมดานะครับไม่มีรู้สึกจะไม่มีผมขออนุญาตแป๊บหนึ่งผมขออนุญาตปรับจูนตัวเองแป๊บหนึ่งนะเพราะว่ามองไม่เห็นภาพตัวเองโอเคมองเห็นภาพครึ่งเดียวฮะก็ได้ไม่เต็มเท่าที่อยากจะได้นะโอเคนะน่าจะพอได้ขออนุญาตปรับจูนแป๊บหนึ่งแล้วชมโอเคอย่างนี้ได้อยู่แต่ว่าจะไม่เห็นว่าคุยกันเรื่องอะไรขออนุญาตบ่อยหน่อยนะครับปรับวิธีออกอากาศใหม่ในการสตรีมโอ้เสียงเขาดูไม่ได้นะ YouTube คงเป็นเพราะว่าผมมาใช้พื้นที่ตรงนี้นะฮะก็คงจะต้องออกจากตรงนี้ไปจะได้ไม่มีเสียงรบกวนพอรู้แล้วแหละว่าใช้ได้ในระดับที่ดีพอสมควรวันนี้เป็นรายการคุยข่าวเราทำภาคภาษาอังกฤษเช่นเคยนะครับแต่ว่าก่อนที่จะไปพูดคุยเรื่องข่าวเรื่องอะไรนั้นก็ขออนุญาตพาท่านผู้ชมทุกท่านมาปรับเปลี่ยนวิธีการนำเสนอของรายการคุยข่าวเล่าธรรมะ and News Talk นะครับผ่านทาง Facebook และก็วันนี้มาทาง YouTube ด้วยก็จะเป็นอีกแบบหนึ่งที่เปลี่ยนแปลงจาก ทุกครั้งที่ผ่านมาจะขออนุญาตลองดูว่ามันเวิร์กมากน้อยขนาดไหนในเช้าวันนี้ที่ร้านกาแฟด็อกเตอร์นะครับ and welcome all of you to Dhamma and News Talk with Dr.Nares Surasith today broadcasting from Dr. Coffee Bypass Road Konkan Province with the temperature or the climate cold climate today in this morning. So before we go to any news, we should go to the weather forecast first. Let me inform the new visitors or the news audience again. The aim of this program is to present and to talk about general topics, especially education. And then talking about Dhamma is true that as a Buddhist, focusing on the teachings of the Buddha. So any comments, any complaints, or any suggestions, please write down here. Okay, in Thailand, especially in Khon Kaen province this morning, the temperature is dropping once again to the quite low level, low temperature in Khon Kaen province, as I will tell all of us here from the weather. That's why if you like the cold weather, Khon Kaen is very fine destination, very good destination for coming. And exactly, it's not necessary to come to only Khon Kaen province, any province in our country right now. The temperature is dropping fast. We don't know how long it will last, but exactly we expect it stay like this as long as it can. It may be more than 1 month, which is quite impossible, right? Go to the north of Thailand, northern part of Thailand. Today temperature cold, 2 to 3 degrees Celsius drops, and strong wind. Here also at Dr. Coffee, the wind is quite strong. Nobody wants to drink coffee because it's too cold for them to drink. Yesterday also I went to have lunch at Ferry Plaza, which is near my tutorial school in the central part of Khon Kaen province. Few people, few audience, few customers eat around there and walk in the department store because it's cold climate. That's why people stop eating. Like the frog, stop eating. Why? Sorry, when it's cold. In the north of our country, minimum temperature drop to 9 degrees Celsius. Very low, this one. Very low temperature. Maximum 24 degrees Celsius, even 24 degrees Celsius, but the temperature is still low for Thai people, and at the same time it's still cool. Really nice. Not necessary for us to go to Korea, to go to Japan, or to go to Europe to taste the cold climate. Cold here with windy, but no snow at all in our country. And we expect also in the near future, maybe 10 years or less than that, Thailand will test, Thai people will test. We have an opportunity to test snow. That is very interesting, right? So take care of yourself. So you can see the changing season and changing temperatures and changing situation like that about the conditions of temperature. Northern parts of Thailand, northeast where I live in Khon Kaen province, including in 17 provinces in northeast part of our countries. And if you are foreign or if you are foreigners and you like to come to, really sorry, it's cold here even in the air conditioning room without turning on air conditioner, but the climate is still low and cold for me. But I love it. If you are foreigners and you would like to come to visit Thailand, this is a good good season for all of you to come to our country, especially those who live in the cold climate country. And beside me here, there is one house here. Exactly, there are many houses. One house here belongs to foreign from Switzerland or from New Zealand or from Denmark or somewhere else. But he doesn't speak English. He speaks Denmark or some Danish or some language which is quite queer to me. So this is a good opportunity, good time for foreigners to visit Thailand because it's really nice climate for all of you to taste. Not too hot. People imagine that if they never come to our country, they always imagine that Thailand is a hot country. Thailand is very hot. That is particular seasons, but normally around the circle seasons, our country is hot. But for winter, we have a short periods of time for cold climate, good for foreigners and good for foreigners to come, because it's not too hot for all of you. At the same time, it's food also nice and people also dressing nice, etc. etc. In Isan, where I live in Khon Kaen province, 444 kilometers far from Bangkok. Here 1, 2, 3 degrees Celsius drops, and strong wind outside here. You can taste it. I can taste it. Cold for me. Minimum temperature 8 to 12 degrees Celsius. I learned this morning from mobile radio group. A man 0XX said, this is called call sign 0XX. He said 8 degrees Celsius means cold. That means cold. Below 9 degrees Celsius is cold climate. 10 to 17 maybe medium. Just what's that? Cool. Just cool, not cold. That is the levels of measurement of temperature, measurement of cool or cold in the country. But even it's cold 1 degree Celsius, but we don't have any snow in our country. Minimum temperature 8 degrees Celsius in Khon Kaen province this early morning, 1 to 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, 8 degrees Celsius. Now in Khon Kaen province where I live, we are staying here talking with all of us here, 17 degrees Celsius, and maybe higher, a little bit higher because of the sun, because of the sun rays. The minimum and maximum is 22 to 26 degrees Celsius. No need to use air conditioner. 2 nights sleeping without turning on air conditioner, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice also in Isan. So I myself expect the conditions of temperature like this, cold temperature, conditions cold like this will last until New Year at least. Okay, 27, the coming 27, I planned to go to Wang Nam Kieo, Khao Yai National Park. That's why I invite many of us here. If you are listening and watching my program, please, if you have time, not necessary to go to only Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, which is far and lasts for a long time, waste time traveling, driving, jam with people, crowd with people, and there are other choices. There are other choices that you can choose. Number one is Khao Yai National Park, which is very, very interesting, and the climate is very nice also over there. And at the same time, go beyond Khao Yai National Park, which is very close to to one another. You can taste, you can feel the cold climate also, Wang Nam Kieo in that area, and everything is quite perfect in that area. Cold climate, and the food also very nice, and so many tourist sites also for visiting. Please come only 100 kilometers or not more than 200 kilometers from Bangkok, and from Khon Kaen province I think more than 300 kilometers. But I be there for the house celebration. House celebration there. Take my family 27 this month before New Year. After New Year, we don't have any time for visiting any place because of making marriage. So I tell you again and again. Cold in the north and in Isan. What about other parts of our country? Those who are coming to Thailand this time. Central part, Suphanburi, Ayutthaya, that areas, many provinces, cool to cold, same as Isan, 1 to 3 degrees Celsius drops, and strong wind. Minimum temperature, ladies and gentlemen, 15 to 17 degrees Celsius, and temperature, a high temperature 26 to 27 degrees Celsius. So still cold. Okay, which is the same as the eastern part of Thailand. Upper part, cold, 1 to 3 degrees Celsius drops with strong wind. Minimum temperature there also Rayong, Chonburi, 13 to 15 degrees Celsius, which is the areas are close to the sea. That's corridor for Thailand. Lower part cool 1 to 2 degrees Celsius drops, and the minimum temperature 16 in Khon Kaen 8 degrees Celsius, and in Chonburi 16 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius, maximum 20 to 40 degrees Celsius. Seem to be cold for people living there. And other parts of the country, south part, east coast and west coast cloudy with isolated thunder showers, mostly in Nakhon Si Thammarat, Pattani, Pattarung. Same area, same news as I told you yesterday. This area not cold, but at the same time it's raining. Flooding is going on in some areas. People there living in the suffering conditions. Please share, please care, especially for those who have direct responsibilities to the welfare of the people in the country. Don't ignore, don't live happily without looking at the conditions, the living conditions of the people in the country. Same as the west coast, partly cloudy with light rain, mainly in Krabi, Trang, Satun. Minimum temperature 18 to 23 degrees Celsius, maximum 27 to 30 degrees Celsius. So this time in the south of Thailand seem to be cold too. At the same time, flooding in some area. That's cause people suffering. Please take care. Again, those who have direct responsibility, don't ignore your responsibility on behalf of our King. Okay, this is the news about temperature forecast, about weather forecast from meteorological department in our country. Okay, would like to move to the second news. Today I have Dhamma, also Dhamma Talk, as our program said. The name of the program is Dhamma and News Talk. So let me begin by presenting news first. Why do I start from presenting news first? That's because I would like to show you the movement in the world, so what news, etc., etc. Many news, many kinds of news in the world, and we see the examples of life, living life like this, and then we use Dhamma for teaching. And the Dhamma also will compare our life and what kinds of Dhamma that we use for 1, 2, 3, 4. Today I would like to present to all of you about the life of Lung Po Tien Chitta Supo, which is very dominant monk before he dies many years ago, and so many followers around the world, not only Thai people. And one thing I have to remind you that now even you write anything down, I didn't hear you, I didn't see you, because I use the front camera to broadcast on YouTube, and at the same time YouTube also link to Facebook. I don't know how many of us, especially for my fans, to see what I am doing right now. I would like you to check it. If possible, please check my Facebook and follow as usual. I think it's clear enough for you to follow what I am discussing. Thank you for watching. Okay. The news today, which is very important news, is the headlines, time for accountability. This is very nice. Also, I would like to present you exactly 2 days now from yesterday and today. I present political news, which is important, but let me see, but no comments, okay? Little comments. No comments, little comments if possible. And tell you once again, people always say that English is difficult for studying. That is true, because we have to use so many things for, like we have to learn vocabularies, at the same time we have to learn grammars. and we learn grammars and have to use also. Why Dr. Nares use English as a medium language in our country, our society? Normally people here, 99% use Thai in daily life. Sometimes if people use English, they may say that you don't love Thai language because those people have very narrow minds. Before I present the political news, let me discuss about this with you first. Why Dr. Nares use English as medium language? How many of us, how many of Thai people understand what I'm talking about? I don't believe that many people understand what I said, but what the aim of using English as my medium, number one is my major subject is English, BA English, MA English, and PhD English. That is the first reason why I would like to use English as a medium language. This is the second year for using this language. Number two is that I am an English teacher. I taught English for many years. It is eligible for me to use English as a medium language, and it is important for me to encourage my students and people around the country to use English.ฝรั่ง said that Thai people do not use English. They say Thai students, Thai people's English is really poor, like this. So if my English is understandable, and other Thais can learn English and can speak English too, because my English is not superb, it's not excellent, it's a Thai English maybe sometimes we say. So people can do the same too, I believe. So number three is that I wrote so many English books. 56 English books, and 2 more books are almost completed and ready for publishing by Chulalongkorn University Book Center and DK Book Center in country. That's why number four or five. Number one, let me recount once again. Number one is I study English. Number two is my major subject is English. Number two is I'm an English teacher. Number three is I wrote many English in academic section for Thai people, and last for more than 15 years. Yes, more than 15 years in this society. More than 55 books available in the book market around the country. Number four is that English is international language, and we also preparing ourselves for joining the ASEAN community, which effective many years ago. But how well? What is the joint we connect with the ASEAN communities when those neighboring people, our neighbors, always speak English, always use English as a medium language. Indonesia, they use English. Tak tum tue, not English. And the second one, Philippines. The Filipinos, people in the Philippines always use English. And we see also only no English, Filipinos speak English. But the pronunciation depends on the countrymen, depends on their jaws here. It's not necessary to copy European people or American people 100%, not necessarily, but we say we use the same language, we use the same vocabularies, but it doesn't mean that our pronunciation must be 100% perfect like them. When Filipinos come to Thailand, what work they embrace, what works they endow, what work they do, many of them got not labor work, teach intelligence. They use only English for teaching, earn big money from our country. I have my friend also in the same university, Ajahn Mr. Bin also. He lived there for many years, more than 10 years, 15 years maybe now. He works sincerely there with the salary we assign to him, we pay him. So he works sincerely. Even he graduated only BA bachelor degree, not in English medium, sorry, not in English major, in different measure, but he teach English. That is the power of English. Look at Indian people also. People in India speak English. Many of them also, ladies and gentlemen, they come to Thailand. Before that, we mimicked Indian people by saying that they come to sell the beans carrying up on their heads, selling beans. But now you see the new look. Many of them, almost 100% of them, not 100%, but many of them teach at the university. High level, because many of them graduate PhD doctor. It doesn't mean they graduate PhD doctor and they are available for teaching at university. That is one matter. That is one factor. Not all factors. The main factor is that they speak English fluently with Indian style. Who cares when people understand, when they speak the same language? Who cares? That's why, what about Thai people when they go to Saudi Arabia? They go to other countries for work. What work they obtain? 90% labor. 90% labor at the restaurant, at the factory, at the field. Many of us work as labor. Disappointed. Why? Because they don't know English. Some graduate bachelor degree, some graduate master degree, but they don't know English. That's why we don't have any reasons, ladies and gentlemen, to send our people out to dig money, not Bitcoin, to dig money and send money back. Not working as a labor anymore if we know English. But if we don't learn English, if we don't know English, our people have to work as laborers until death. Even they have skills, excellent skills, even they have education, high education, bachelor degree, master degree, even PhD. Indian PhD people speak English. Filipinos PhD students or PhD people speak English. And some other, don't mention Malaysia and Singapore, they speak English. What about Thai people? What about master degree and PhD Thai people? Thai master degree, Thai PhD, this one. Do they speak English? How many percent of Thai graduates, the top graduates speak English? They degrade themselves. Some say that I graduated from America, I graduated from Europe, I graduated from very dominant universities. The question is, then why? The university is popular, big name. What about you? You support the university. You support your university to have more popularity or well known, or you degrade your university by lower the university level or grade by not talking English. That's why English is important. I have to use here as a medium language. At the same time also, I would like to promote the teachings of the Lord Buddha to all of people around the world, so for peace in society, creating peace in society, living together happily in society. This is the main function. This is the main aim of my intention today. My intention for this program to present. Waste time, you may waste time too to listen to what I'm talking about. And comments here, please. Don't hesitate to comment and feel free as your program. Yeah, broadcasting today from Dr. Coffee. Let me write it here once again. Karuna feedback. Let me talk to my audience here.เป็นการออกอากาศ very strong wind, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me see first what happens next after watching this one. I think some of them are watching my program here, but not quite popular because my picture is not shown on Facebook. They can come and check it later, I think. Let me go to the news. The first news today is after was it temperature or weather forecast. Come to time for accountability คุณประวิตรวงษ์สุวรรณ on his own in watch role Let's see first. The news is that Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha appeared on Tuesday to distance himself from his scandal-embroiled deputy Ken Pravit Wongsuwan, saying the declaration of his luxury watch and diamond rings were his personal matters. Not for me. You have to take care of yourself. You have to defend yourself. That's why this is very nice, ladies and gentlemen. I like the words. I was trained by somebody, I forgot it. Relationship with people in the society. We have to distance ourselves. We have to learn how to distance ourselves from people also. It doesn't mean that you are my friends, that person also my friends, this my friend, so many my friends. It doesn't mean that all of my friends have the same relationship with me as others. It means Mr. A may have very close relationship with me. I mentioned as well, Ajahn Dr. Charong Panchan, Ajahn Dr. Sunan Senarat. They are my close friends, very close friends. We can discuss any topic. That's why close friend. And Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C may relationship maybe farther or distance in the distance area, not close like these people. And at the same time, other groups of people are distance, long distance. That is the way we associate with people around the world in society. You too. Don't bring every friend too close to you. You have to distance them in particular form of relationship. Not, you are my close friend, you are my good friend, not like that. That's life. This is life. The Prime Minister said no one can protect Ken Pravit Chan-o-cha, Pravit Wongsuwan, as he must explain the acquisition of those assets to National Anti-Corruption Commission, NACC. Ken Prayut was commenting on calls for National Council for Peace in order to suspend Ken Pravit Wongsuwan, who also serves as Ministry of Defense, over his failure to declare the privacy timepiece and ring to commission. Let me talk about bias again today. Bias. Let me talk about this later. It's really important if we live in society, if we live happily, if we live in integrity, the society will be very nice. The people live happily in society, but if we are, especially for ruling people, have bias, the society will be bent into different way, wrong way normally. During a press interview, Ken Prayut Chan-o-cha also produced his Psycho wristwatch. I don't have wristwatch, valued at 250,000 baht before the media, saying, "Is it go? Is it go? Go mean cool. I don't understand this word. Is it ko? When is on time? I don't understand it word. KO. And the explanation is CWOL. Cool. I have worn this watch for a long time. It still functions well. If the public is interested in my watch, next time I might wear another one around my neck, but it will be an alarm clock." The Prime Minister mimic society. Imitate what happens to his deputy. He declares Psycho, or maybe go means smart. Okay. Psycho watch to the graph buster, he said. According to Ken Prayut Chan-o-cha asset declaration to NACC on September 4th, 2014, he has 9 pricey timepieces in his possession besides Psycho present before the media. The remaining are Patek Philips with white gold body worth 900,000 baht. Another Patek Philippe costing 600,000 baht. And Rolex Oyster perpetual value at 350,000 baht. And Rolex with a gold body costing 150,000 baht. And a Rolex with a steel body worth 250,000 baht. Very expensive person. So many wrist watches. The others are Panarai Raman Radiamir, something I can't pronounce correctly, with white gold body worth 200,000 baht. 200,000 baht. Panarai is worth 150,000 baht, and rating values, maybe wrong pronunciation, at 150,000 baht. This is from the Prime Minister. Also, Tuesday, the Facebook page CSRLA share an image of Jen Pravit Wongsuwan wearing his fourth wristwatch, a Patek Philippe 5960/1A, worth around 1.5 to 1.6 million baht, not thousand, million baht. Earlier, the admin also posted image of Jen Pravit with his second and third wristwatches, Richard Mille and Rolex, costing several million baht in total. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ruling people in our country. NACC Secretary General Warawit Sukhbun said the Deputy Prime Minister has until January 8 to submit his declaration to Commission. This is the first news talking about the scandal of the Deputy Prime Minister about his watch, expensive watch, and diamond ring also. That's why he forgot maybe to declare in the declaration form before accepting the position, administrative position. That's why maybe he forget. And some wristwatch also, he said he borrowed from his friends. 4 watches borrowed from his friends, very expensive. And fortunately, his friend died. His friend died. Man. Let's see first. Whatever people did, that is karma. One day, we can lie people around the world, but we cannot lie ourselves. Dr.Nares too. I can lie people around the world. You may believe or not believe, depends on you, but I cannot lie myself. Treat people equally, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, after watching this news. Let's come to our topics, what we say. If the executive people or the ruling people treat others equally, it means that they are creating the harmonious society for people to live in. But if they treat the people by these rules of law and treat others by another rules of law, they are breaching the harmonious society. They are breaking the harmonious society into different factions. That's why the Buddha said bias is very important. If we live in society, we have to avoid bias, which is difficult. Sure, which is very difficult. What is bias in Buddhism? Bias is prejudice in favor of or against one thing, one person, group, compared with another, usually in a way considered to be unfair. 3 words we learned today. Number 1 is bias. Number 2 is prejudice. Number 3 is unfair. All 3 words have the same meaning. Bias, prejudice, unfair. Unfair from heart, short on action, costing damage to society. Bias can be learned implicitly within cultural context. People may develop bias toward or against an individual, an ethnic group, a sexual or gender identity, a nation or religion, a social class, a political party, a theoretical paradigms, and ideologies with academic domains or species. Bias means one side lacking a neutral viewpoint or not having the open mind. Bias can come in many forms and is related to prejudice and intuition. In science and engineering, a bias is a systematic error. Statistical bias results from an unfair sampling of a population or from an estimation process that does not give accurate results on average. This is a bias. Cognitive bias. A cognitive bias is repeating on basic mistake. This is quite long one for bias. In Buddhism, there are 4 kinds of bias. Let me check. 4 kinds of bias. 4 kinds of bias in Buddhism. 4 kinds of bias. Buddhist life standards. Let me see this one. Let me check this one and tell you this one first. Life standard in Buddhism is very nice. Also avoiding 6 channels to ruin from the kinds of bias conduct. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you are not a Buddhist, if you are not Buddhist, you may listen to this one with consideration, because the Buddha is the greatest teacher in the world, and he can train those even not Buddhist to be a good person in society. The greatest teacher focus on his teachings. Don't focus on the behavior of the followers, but focus on the teachings of the founder. That is the main theme, because those using his teaching for survival maybe change the teachings to support their ideas. But we have to focus on the teachings of the Buddha first. That is the main theme. Talking about bias, the Buddha said, refraining from the 4 kinds of bias conduct. It is true, it is good for us if we can refrain from 4 kinds of biased conduct. Number 1 bias is biased conduct on account of like. Biased conduct on account of like. Bias. I have bias because I like you. Chanta Kati. What is it in Pali language? Chanda Kati. What is it? Quite difficult to read. Chanta Kati, exactly. Chanta Kati means Dr.Nares has a bias to this person because he's my friend. I have a bias because he's my son, my daughter, so my relatives. That's why bias come to me, cover my heart. And I provide so many reasons to protect them. At the same time, if the same case happened or committed by other groups, I don't have, maybe I have bias, but different bias. If I love them, I have the same bias. If I don't love them, I hate them, I have bias to punish them, to enforce the law with those groups of people. But I don't enforce the law with this group of people. I help them direct or indirect ways. That is bias. Number 1 is Chantagati, bias because of love. Bias because of love. Number 2, bias conduct on account of dislike. Tosakati means I hate you. I'm biased because I hate you. So I use every technique to punish you, to subdue you, to down you. That's why this is also bias. Not standard, no standard, right? Number 3, bias conduct on account of fear. I pamper you, I support you. I speak very good to you. I speak very good thing about you because I'm afraid you will punish me. You will hit me. You will do something harm to me. You will harm me. It doesn't mean I love you. It doesn't mean what I said is true. It doesn't mean that. But this is bias also. I try to avoid danger by pampering you. Bias. Not very good for executive people, not very good for ruling people, because this one changed them from good ruler to bad ruler. The last one is bias conduct on account of foolishness. Chanta khati, Tosa khati, Mohakati, Paya khati. Fool, I believe that the way we commit, the way we do is good way. I believe without experiment, without doing research on that points, but believe first. This is a bad thing the Buddha teach. Believe without, faith without wisdom is blind. Faith without wisdom is blind. Means some people believe without experiment, without practicing. Not taste and believe. It must be that. It must be that. I have to believe. Belief comes before wisdom. Blind. So bias is important, right? Important doesn't mean important to practice, but important to refrain from. Don't follow. The second news, let me check second news. I don't see my audience to follow me today, maybe because of changing channel from Facebook to YouTube. Let's see first. This is the first day for me to change the channel for broadcasting, but I love to do this. Let me check once again, ladies and gentlemen, please, because it's the first time for me to use this one. Check from YouTube. Okay, very fast, very nice also. This is up to date. Very nice. Thank you for watching. I hope my conversation will reach those who are interested in Dhamma and the news here, okay, in English version. Okay, this is live stream. Okay, thank you. Thank you 3 times. The second news that I would like to present today from Bangkok Post. Learning around the world, we open our vision. That's why I would like Thai students or Thai people to practice, to listen, and to speak English in daily life. Don't provide millions of reasons to support our failure by saying that Thailand is never been colonized, has never been colonized by other countries. Don't say that. That is not true. Colonized or uncolonized is not different in the world. Number 2 is that English is not our mother tongue. It's not my father's language. Don't say that, because the way we provide reasons to support our failure distance us from success. We will never learn more if we say that. So we have to throw away all those. I just wonder, I came to live in Khon Kaen province. I saw so many parents send their children to study mathematics. They don't send their children to study English. This is wonderful, wonder for me, not wonderful. I feel, what happens to the parents? What visions do they see in the future? Many of them want their children to be a doctor, to be doctors. They want their children to be doctors. To send their children to study mathematics, expensive. They send their children to study physics, chemical. They spend big money for those institutions or tutorial schools to train their children from kindergarten to Matthayama Siksha, 6th or grade 12. They spend big money, much time, waste so much energy for training their children, but not only 1 or 2 students to do that. Millions of students, almost every student study the same thing, mathematics. I just wonder. I just question how mathematics help students work freely and create their life freely. Because mathematics, I don't say that mathematics is not important for life. It's important if you integrate. Mathematics, if you are excellent or good at in mathematics, after graduation you have to work for particular companies. You can't be free from employeehood, being employee. You have to look or search for particular companies to work for. Not language. Why don't they support their children to study English or the language, which is really important for their children to open the new doors for knowledge. If they know English, they get so many benefits from language. They can study more, they can learn more, they can communicate more, they can have better opportunity to get a better job, etc. But parents normally do not support their children to study English. They pay attention to mathematics. That is the things that I don't understand in our society. It doesn't mean that Ajahn teach English, so you want more students. I don't mean that. I mean, why? What they see in the future. If their student do not pass the entrance examination to be a doctor, to be doctors, what is the second plan? They change their strategy, right, to study other subjects, which is not sometimes, which is not concerned to mathematics. Business, public administration, law, or some other fields which are not relating to mathematics. So the investment they did from the beginning to Matthayama Siksa 5 or 6 in vain or waste. They may have the reason that they can adjust in their life, but quite little compared to the money they spend for mathematics. Why? So speaking like this, I would like parents also to change their perspective. I want Thai parents to change your view. Don't force your children. Don't force them to study mathematics. I don't mean not necessarily to study mathematics. If they are excellent, they have very big aim to be doctor or particular, let them. But if they don't want it, cheer them to English, because language needs only practicing. Language needs only practicing. That's all, easier than mathematics. And not so many people study English seriously too in our society. They complain they don't speak English. They complain they don't want to know English. They complain English is difficult. Exactly, English is not difficult because it's a modern language people use around the world. Mathematics nobody use, nobody know. Dr.Nares is excellent in mathematics because mathematics doesn't show on my brain. But if I know English, when I walk with foreigners, I speak English, they say Dr.Nares is excellent, that's why. So change. Check your children. Don't force them to be doctors. Yes. For example, 100,000 people applies for being doctor in particular university. Only 40 or 50 they receive. The rest, you go in different direction yourself. From doctor, you lower your grade to other areas. So the plan must be clear first. Check also after graduation, what would you like to be? What kinds of work would you like to be? That is the most important. And look beyond that. After working there, how about after retirement? What will you look like? Good health? Wealthy? Good living conditions or not? How can I know Ajahn 60 years? You can check from people working for that particular work. Quite easy. Look for them. You want to be a teacher? Look at the teachers around the country. What problems they have, what advantages they have. Want to be the doctors? Look at the doctors around the country. Exactly, they help people, but they don't have time to rest. I want to be the doctors. What doctor works? what kinds of education they have, and how many hours a day they work, and do they have time for this, that, etc., etc., etc. At the same time, we can do the same. I want to be the police. I want to be the social. What they did, what they do. At the same time, after retirement, which one is better for you? Choose this one, and preparing yourself by studying this one. And don't forget to learn English, because English help you take advantage on the world by studying from different documents. Even you want to study not only Thai language, you study from any people in the world who write in English. You study their sources. You listen to any Jack Ma, even Jack Ma, Steve Jobs, Robert Kiyosaki, etc. in English. Yeah, I'm interested in Dhamma. You listen to Ajahn Pramphama Wangso, Ajahn, etc., etc. from Europe, Buddhist monks. So English is very important factor. That's why I broaden our perspectives also. That's why I cheer you today, encourage you today, urge you today to study English, pay more attention to English, and decrease mathematics if possible. This is Dr.Nares. I don't care. What about now? So, new Supreme Patriarch. This one is the old news, not the present news, if I don't make any mistake. And let's see first. Time 10 o'clock in the morning, Thailand time. Mutual funds, proper house, BOT chief, not so on Bitcoin. I'm studying this one, so if I make it clear, I will come back again. So one of my customers at Dr. Coffee customers always do this business, and she come here and dig for coin again and again for whole day. She not yet comes today. I wait for some time. She is coming, I think. Krung Thai claims energy, earth, forge roll paper, Toyota research, car sharing model, 49 flies over canal. Let me see. Exactly, I would like to present about the education, but in Bangkok Post newspapers, education seems to be difficult to find because they are concentrated on politics, not education. Education is the most important in the world. Without education, how to live? Because people will be blind, people will be foolish and difficult to control, not control, difficult to work with, difficult to live with without education. That's meant right education is very important. Let me check education today. What education does the newspaper present? Wait for sometimes. I didn't see it first. That's why I have to come and check again. Education in our country. That's why I, as an academic person, I'm quite interested in education, and sometimes also I criticize Thai educational system in the wrong direction. That's why just listen to what I said. True or not true, nobody knows. But if we follow whatever we did, for whatever we have done for a long time, since I don't know, blah 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 blah, until now, we didn't see the movements or the advantage of this kinds of education process or educational process. That's why we should change the structure, change the mindset, and change many things also in our educational system. If not, the result will be the same. How can we expect a different outcome when the cause or when the process is not changed? If we have the same process, the outcome also will be the same, not changed. Don't expect that. You do the same as people. You don't expect any new outcome. Some people work with low salary and work morning, evening like this. Nothing special, but they expect one day they will get rich. That is quite impossible. Quite impossible. But they just still expect. That's why they may get rich, even they are in debt. They may get rich. They expect to get rich because of lotto. Not because of their endurance, but because of lotto. That is not quite good for people to good things from spirit. Not expect from their plan, their action, but they expect to be handed to them by God or for something spiritual. That's why they expect. I don't know. They expect something from unseen things. Unseen thing. I remember that's why one time when in the Buddha history, the Buddha visit one city. That's why he saw a young man pay respecting to directions. There are 4 directions in the world: in front, right, back direction, left direction, above direction, and below direction. That's why all 6 directions. That man pay respect to direction like this, 6 times for this direction, and 6 times for that direction, and pay like this in the morning. The Buddha visit him that time, intend to visit him, and saw him, and he asked that man, "What are you doing, boys?" "What are you doing, young man?" The young man said, "I am respecting the directions." Sir, he saw the Buddha, and would you like to do the same with me? Would you like to do the same as me? He said, the Buddha said, "No." Excuse me. The Buddha said, "No, nine. And why do you do this?" He said his father assigned him to do this. Before that, his father said, "Please do this after I dead." The Buddha said, in my religion, in my Dhamma Vinaya, I have direction too. I have the direction too. It's the different direction as you are praying for or practicing for. Very sorry for the telephone rings. And that man is interested. What are your directions? How different it is from me? Then this is the time for the Buddha to explain his directions. The Buddha direction is about how to treat the people around us. He said front direction. In front direction is about this group of people. Father, mother. Front direction is father and mother. How can we treat? How can we treat father and mother? That's what he said. We treat father and mother by 1, 2, 3, 4. He said the father mother have to take care of their children by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and at the same time children have to respond 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. This means paying respect to the front direction. Very nice. So, and at the same time he explained further about the right direction, about friends, etc. And behind about wife, husband, and daughter, etc. Sister, daughter, and son, backside. Left hand about friends, left hand about something else. I forgot, I confused, very sorry. But exactly like this, I will explain to you later. And above is Samana Pram, that is the monks and the people who from religions. And below is our subordinates. We have to take care of all of this. The Buddha also assigned the duties, the suitable duties for everybody to treat people, allows us in the proper way. That man understand very well and pay respect to the Buddha and ask him to become a lay person for the Buddhism too, and to embrace Buddhism as his practicing, main practicing also. This is the way the Buddha changed the situation from this to his Dhamma. Very nice also. No education today. Exactly, this one is talking about education, but I didn't see education in Bangkok Post. So I would like to complain about Bangkok Post. That's why they should provide more information about education in the newspaper so that people can study and can learn more about education. Education is the most important. News is not important. If we have education, people can classify which one is right, which one is wrong, which one should be following, which one should not be following. That's why we have to educate people first. Don't put only news to them. I didn't see it here. Very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow I will find it out. Okay. Let me go to the last news today, as the annual meditation practice ceremony, festival, not festival, ceremony activities is being held at Wat Moka Wat Naram, the temple, Buddhist temple in Khon Kaen province, the way to the airport, Khon Kaen Airport, international airport, not international, national airport. So I would like to promote this project. Meditation brings peace to society. Meditation helps people solve life problems and every problems. So meditation is the heart of Buddhism. Other religions do not have meditation. Only Buddhism has meditation. We can check from the original text if you want. So the Buddha got enlightenment by meditation, not like other prophets in other religions. That's why if we open mind, Buddhism also belong to this earth, not belong to particular group of people, not belong to Ajahn Dr.Nares, not belong to any person directly. At the same time, Christianity also belongs to the earth, not belong to only particular group, not belong to those missionaries who are promoting Christianity every day. Hinduism also belong to the earth, belong to the nation, not belong to particular group, not belong to only those who believe in Hinduism. Muslim or Islam also belongs to the earth, belong to everybody on earth, not belong to particular people believe in them. That's why all of these religions are heritage of the earth. All faith are heritage of our people, especially for next generation. That's why we can unite our religions together by open mind and study other religions, other teachings, so that we can apply in life, we can live together, we can refrain from attacking each other in the wrong direction. At the same time, we can unite, we can reconcile and live together happily by recognizing that if we love, if we love happiness, if we hate suffering, and note in your mind that other people also feel the same. They love happiness and they hate suffering. When we understand the nature of people like this, why don't we understand them better and preparing ourselves to live with them happily? Why not? Why expecting to have to live life, to live next life happier, which is we can't predict. We have to focus on the present life. So how to create our area, a heaven for the present life. Very good word, right? How to create our society, a heaven for all of our social people, for all of our next generations. It's our duty to do that. It's our duty to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, why expect next life that we cannot touch? Like some other people who are crying for the dead people, crying for the dead people. The Buddha asked, why are you crying? I'm crying for my father who just passed away. You are silly. First, the Buddha try to cry and to pretend to cry. Pretend to cry, and that man said, you are very silly, you cry for what? The Buddha said, I cry for the moon. You are silly to cry for the moon. The Buddha also said that you are sillier because you cry for unseen thing. I cry for the things I see, but you cry for the things you can't see. That's why you are silly, not me, not me. I tell you about the teachings of Long Po, Tien Chitta Supo later after the customers.
ที่นี่คือที่ไหน10 บาทเลยเดี๋ยวว่าพาไปกินเนื้อย่างแล้วปูมีด้วยเล่นแบบเป็นเลยเนี่ยโอ้บอกเลยว่าไม่ไม่ได้ยินที่ไหนอ่ะที่ร้านชัวร์ชนะบ้านที่สอนปะใช่ไหมไม่ใช่อะไรอ่ะไม่ใช่ร้านเลยแล้วจะนอนไม่พอเดี๋ยวนอน
เกิดใครคุณจะเกิดไหมให้เลือกเค้กได้1 ชิ้นดีสิครับวันเกิดใครให้เลือกเค้กได้1 ชิ้นครับให้เกิดคนเดียวให้เลือกเค้กได้1 ชิ้น
น่าจะมาวันที่17
วิฟาเกิดหนูวันสงกรานต์ค่ะ
แล้วก็มาประสบการณ์
เกิดหนูน่ะ
แล้วจะเอาอาจจะเป็นปอนเลยก็ได้
วิฟา
เสียดายเลย
เอาอันนี้
ได้บอก
แพงๆอันนี้อร่อย
ทุกวัน
เอาโคราชเลย
แล้วหนูก็ต้องเลี้ยงคนอื่นไหมไม่ต้องเลี้ยงเนี่ยให้เลือกเค้กได้1 ชิ้นเอาชิ้นไหนล่ะทราบไปช่วยดูของพี่ดิบริการหน่อยบริการเอากลับบ้านใส่ถุงเลยยินดีครับยินดีครับยินดีให้มีวันเกิดเกิดเมื่อไหร่เลยนี่17 ผ่านไปแล้วเสียดายผ่านคนละครึ่งนะเพิ่งผ่านมาถ่ายรูปให้หน่อยดูถ่ายรูปให้หน่อยดีด้วยกันเรื่องเยอะหน่อย Happy birthday นะครับมีความสุขมากๆประสบความสำเร็จในชีวิตเยอะๆมีเพื่อนดีๆเยอะมันเกิดมาด้วยโอเค เพื่อนกินเลยนี่รุ่นใหญ่เลย
ป้าบอกว่าเขาเลี้ยงด้วย
รุ่นใหญ่เลย
อร่อย